this tension, a feeling I never was expecting. I don't see the pros, don't know the cons, forget the whys. Do you know why?
Hey guys, welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, for being subscribed. If you're not, hit that button, and if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like button. It's like walking in a room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this conversation. Now, I listened to the interview, and there was nothing shocking. I wasn't expecting anything shocking, but I said I was going to listen for the sake of not hearing him out, but just to hear, one, what he was going to present, the tone he was going to present it in, as well as where TashaK might be coming from, because a lot of people were not feeling the fact that she was going to interview him. I didn't, and I still don't hold that against her interviewing him, because that's what she does. There's nothing changed about that. That's what she does. But I just was interested because I previously did a conversation where I shared what she said about him. And I don't believe that those thoughts have changed, but I understand from the perspective of interviewing someone, you're really not supposed to, I should say. You can't come from a place of sitting there in judgment of the person that you're interviewing, because they're not going to want to open up to you. And we know that Holt, he is a liar, and he is someone that says things to try to make himself look like he is in a better light than he is, because he knows that he's in a very dark place. But I say all of that to say, after listening to the interview, I thought about it. I didn't just listen to it and then immediately come to share my thoughts, or even do like a live reaction, listening to it and sharing my thoughts as I'm listening to it, because listening to it, I just was so disappointed, and not disappointed in him, because nothing that he can do in my eyes, unless he just like fully repented. And I'm not saying not take care of the child that he has anymore with the person that he was continuously screwing while he was married to Melody. I'm not saying, him stopping his care for that child, but he's only, if he really is indeed with this person, like he was claiming to be in this interview, which I don't really believe, it's only due to the fact that he knows that he is completely shut out of Melody's life. Because I don't care what he says, Carlos, even though he may not be my favorite person in the world, Carlos did not psych him up and beg him or even ask him to go and meet up with Melody and bring her flowers and act like you're trying to have another chance with her. That was all on him. I believe every single word that Carlos said, that when he said Hotel reached out to him saying that he wanted to do a scene, not just do a scene, but he wanted to meet up with Melody and wanted to see if they could make it happen where they film it. And so he, I believe, was surprised that she came there to meet up with him. But not to go back into the show or the last episode of the season finale or whatever, but this man is dangerous. And these receipts that he put out clearly is it's honestly, for most people who have eyes to see and ears to hear, especially spiritually, the receipt that he definitely will try his best to do anything to destroy this woman that he was married to for so many years and have 4 children with. When I listened to the videos that he had as proof or the receipts of how she tried to hurt him or allegedly abuse him or whatever, I honestly could not sit there in judgment of her to say, oh my God, I can't believe that she did that. Because I have never had multiple children. I've only had one child in my lifetime. And I remember how hard that was. And even when I did, hindsight now, I can see that I was going through some postpartum depression that was undiagnosed. I didn't go through anything like Melody did, but just having those times where you just kind of check out and you're not all there, where you just can focus on your children, and it's just like you just need an escape and you need to get away. And the fact that this woman had 3 children at one time and then had a 4th with him, and he was doing the things that he was doing in this marriage, he was being abusive. Any person who is sleeping with other people, and that's not you're sleeping, you're having sex. Any person that's having sex with other people while you're married and you're doing it unprotected, you could be endangering the life of that person that you're married to. And that is disgusting. So all of the things that we've heard the other child that he has, that kid's mom, say that he has been doing with her sexually, everything is about sex. And that's why I shared that video with you guys on my community feed, where this woman, she really broke down the incubus and the succubus spirits and how this correlates with him and Arion. I 100% believe that. I 100% do. It's like he doesn't even really want to be with her, but because of those soul ties and the sexual attachment, which is spiritual, he really has no choice but to continue to go back. And this hurt that he continues to try to deluge onto Melody by way of trying to quote unquote expose her. I've got videos, I've got the receipts, I've got the text messages. Listen, the police would not have even intervened if they did not have cause for doing so. So he is a liar. He said he had a screenshot, okay, that he sent to her. A screenshot is of either a video, or if you're scrolling something online or whatever and you take a screenshot of that, but you don't take screenshots of pictures. He said that he had a picture. He did not have a video. There's no video. There's no video. Well, if there's no video, then why did you say you sent her a screenshot? You sent her a screenshot of a picture? If it's just a picture, then you would say, I text messaged her a picture. No, you said, I sent her a screenshot. And he said that in the Queen Sheba interview. The man is a liar. And the fact that he sat there just continuously, even when TashaK was trying to speak to him about Melody in terms of, you know, what attracted you to her. You know, she's a very beautiful woman. He's like, I ain't saying bleep about her. That's good. No, you're not going to get me to do it. This is clearly an attempt to hurt her. If it was just to be an interview, to just speak about your experiences or whatever, and it's like, now I'm going to have my time to sit down and do an interview. You did an interview with my baby mama. You did an interview with my ex-wife. And now it's my turn to have an interview. And if you were just speaking, even though him just speaking usually includes a lot of lies, I don't think a lot of people would have such vitriol that they have for him when it comes to the things that are said in these comment sections. The screenshots of the text messages prove absolutely nothing. He's clearly baiting her and trying to, in some way, shape, or form, incriminate her. He sent her a text. Too many times you've threatened to kill me and brought weapons my way. And then she responded, with your abusive ass, taking my phone and refusing to give it to me. Now, listen, I'm not saying that being physical with someone is an excuse because they took your phone or whatever, but none of us were there. But she prefaced it by saying, with your abusive ass. So clearly she's speaking about some physical things, and she was responding to the physicalities with physical. So in the interview, when TashaK plays some clips of Melody having an interview with Dr. Heavenly, and Dr. Heavenly was saying to her, you know, you're a Scorpio like me. You would seem to me like you would be more of the one that would be beating his ass. And Melody was responding in kind, and I don't think anybody faults her with that. Listen, there are plenty of instances when a man has been physical with a woman and both people get arrested. And the reason why those situations happen like that is because they can't really tell in those situations who was the true aggressor. But if the man was shown to be the aggressor and the woman was responding, they're not going to arrest the woman, okay? So I don't believe that she was just beating his ass and he was sitting there cowering in the corner. Stop hitting me, Melody. Don't do this. It's not like that. So he responded to that to say, shaking my head, enjoy. And then she responded and said, you do too much and did too much. Thank God you still here. So I guess what is that supposed to mean to us? Is that supposed to mean that she could have taken him out, but she chose not to? Please. Most of us know that that's not what she meant. But for those who want to take the side of him or just don't like her, because I've seen a few of those comments, not many, but I've seen a few of those comments too to say she's not innocent. Y'all, people who worship Melody, first and foremost, there may be some people that do that, but I can definitely say that I'm not one of them. So comments like that don't hurt me because I know who I am and I know who I serve and who I worship. And it ain't any person that walks this earth like I do, okay? But anyway, with that being said, she responded to that comment to say, I'm enjoying. We are good over here. Just get your attorney ready for mine because I'm filing necessary paperwork. Nobody's going to be playing in Martell's world. And then he responded to say, you definitely don't want me to be here. You just haven't figured it out. See, he's baiting her. He's baiting her, trying to get her to say something like, yeah, I tried to kill you and it just didn't work, or something like that, right? He was just baiting her. And then she responded to say, man, go on about your life. Yo, we'll see you next lifetime. That last line, we'll see you next lifetime, was a play on the song by Erykah Badu. Because if she did not want him to be here living, she wouldn't say, man, go on about your life. She would have said, I wish you were dead. You know what I mean? Or, man, I missed my opportunity to take you out when I had the chance. He is baiting her. That text message proved nothing. And then the other one, where we could see, and I believe at least, she had already blocked him because he text messaged her. It's in blue. She responds, and the text messages are in green. So that usually means either the person that responded to you has blocked you, or you may be in an area where it didn't go through and then you have to send it as a text message. Anyway, she responded to say, leave me, because he sent a text to say, good morning, Melody. What's the kid's primary physician name and phone number? Now, the way she responded leads me to believe that there were other things that were said, because he sent the text message at 10:20 a.m. on August 27, 2022, and she responded at 6:37 p.m. I'm not saying that she wasn't busy, that she couldn't, that she could have responded immediately, but I believe there were other things that were said and done. And he was just trying to make it seem like, oh, it's no big deal. Hey, good morning, Melody. What's the kid's primary physician name and phone number? She responded to say, leave me the F alone. Stop speaking on me. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Rewind. He sent these text messages to her and she had them blocked, so that's why they're on green. He said, leave me the F alone. Stop speaking on me or anything about me. You're bullying me. You say one more thing about me at all, and I'm going to treat you like you treat me. I will go all the way in. It might ruin me, but you and your fans already trying. Now, please don't call my bluff because at this point, I'm tired of you. And then she responded a couple of hours later to say, I pay attention to promises, not threats. Now, she talked about this text message before because when that stuff came out about the revenge PORN plot, which is the reason why she was even able to press charges and they had a warrant issued out for his arrest, is because of this. And then he responded and said, okay, will you and your people leave me alone? And then he sent another text message a couple of days later, which is ironic because August 29th, which is my wedding anniversary. Weird. But anyway, hey, I hope you're weird. I hope you're well. I received medicine from Milani. What's wrong with her? Really? And then he sends he has another screenshot in his text message thread. It says, the way you were about to stab me with that long A knife over Christmas lights and threw at me, I called the police on you. I was protecting myself in my home. She responded, boy, bye. I threw it straight to where it landed, the fireplace, way away from you. And then he responds and says, too many times you've threatened to kill me and brought weapons my way. And then she responded with your abusive ass, taking my phone and refusing to give it to me. So listen, this is the same thing that was said in the other screenshot of the text messages. So it's like, there's nothing to see here. This proof that he has and even the videos, let me tell you, it doesn't prove anything. And to be honest, there was a clip in the interview where he asked her a question which I do not even believe happened the way that it was played out. Because as soon as I heard it, I said, this nigga, he just did this like this to make it, because it just didn't make any sense. He asked her a question. So when's the last time you sucked somebody else D? And then she responded, about 3 years ago. Listen, that clearly to me was a conversation that was spliced together that I'm not even saying it was a conversation. I believe he put that audio together and made it seem like they were having a conversation, but he recorded himself acting as if he was asking her the question, when's the last time you sucked somebody else D? But she was actually having a conversation with him about something else, which wasn't even really a conversation. It was an argument. And in that argument, she said, about 3 years ago, I don't even close to believe that that was a conversation that they were having, because trust and believe, as out there as he has been about some of the smallest things, just like going back and forth while cameras are filming them on the show, when he's getting argumentative where men are trying to hold him back from coming at her. You mean to tell me that when they're just the two of them together, he would even ask her a question like that and she would say something like that and he wouldn't haul off trying to choke her? I don't even believe that. I don't. But he's trying to make it seem like she's abusive. She's a whore. She's a terrible mother. You know, one of the video clips, it's her packing up bags to leave and there's a baby crying. What I saw in that was a woman that had been dealing with so much at the end of her rope, needing a break, and also dealing with postpartum depression. That is not an easy thing to have multiple children, a baby crying, a narcissistic, cheating, philandering, a-hole husband who's not protecting me, and I got to take care of all these kids. And he was probably saying other things to provoke her, like saying, I don't need you. I take care of everything anyway, because we've heard him say that. This is nothing new. He's tried to make it seem like he was just Superman, doing everything, working, paying all the bills, cooking, cleaning, taking care of the children, changing the diapers, burping the baby, driving the kids to school. He talked about how he always eats lunch with the kids at school. And I'm like, yeah, because you probably can't afford to eat anything on your own. So you go to school to get a little free meal with the kids. You know what I mean? Like, that didn't make him seem to me like some doting dad who's just always there for every waking moment of his kids' lives. But this clearly was an attempt to try to destroy her. And he sat there and had so many positive things to say about coleslaw. She will forever and always be coleslaw. I don't care how much he tries to make her the main dish, even though Carlos insinuated that. I think it was either the last reunion or maybe the reunion before that. I can't really remember. But for them to try to make it seem like the Love and Marriage Huntsville show revolved around that chick is absolutely insane. It really is. And if they want to say that the catalyst between the marriage breaking up was her, and so they use that to say, well, the show is about her because we're always talking about Melody and Hotel, and when they were married, they're no longer married, they're still fussing and fighting and all this other stuff. People will try to make it seem like, well, that's them talking about her, and it's not. And there are clearly people that are disturbed, because I saw some comments on the app of, it was one chick, she wrote, man, this guy looks so good. I could take him from Arion. All he needs is one night with me. See, that's the type of person that will feed into the ego of a fool like him, to make him feel like he's something more than he is. And just like I said before the interview came out, when I talked about the interview actually happening, I said this is an attempt to promote his wine. And what did they start out with? Trying the wine out, talking about the wine, and then she plays his low budget commercial for the wine. I said, see, I knew it. So promote his wine, bash his ex-wife, mother of the 4 children that he has, and to try to elevate coleslaw to a greater level. And it will never happen. Him and her, meaning the baby mama, will never have anything great happen for them, because spiritually they're extremely dark. And I don't care how people try to make it seem like Melody was also someone that contributed to the breakdown of the marriage, and it takes 2 people to destroy a marriage or whatever. I don't agree with that. And I'm not sitting here saying that Melody was perfect. Melody is a human being. So honestly, seeing the videos, reading the text messages, it humanized her more to see her with a baseball bat. And then him trying to make it seem like, don't do this. Don't do this. He was sitting there recording her to try to make it seem like she was just this terrible person. Give me some video when things were just rolling and both of you are doing what you're doing, not you holding up the camera, recording her and filming her, and then making it seem like you're just this innocent party or innocent bystander where she's coming around wielding a baseball bat trying to knock your block off. I don't believe it. I believe that her holding a baseball bat, I believe her tossing around some lighter fluid was honestly, I'm not saying that's okay. I'm not justifying the behavior, but I'm saying I understand it, because if you're in a space where you are dealing with so much mental, emotional, verbal, I will say physical abuse by a man that you made vows to before God and all the other people that you invited to see you do this, and they have done everything brick by brick to destroy the foundation that was built, as well as you have 4 children, you have a baby, you have postpartum depression. I do believe that that is definitely something that she was dealing with, as I saw it on the show. There was a scene when they were separated and they were going through the divorce, and she came to the house and he was in the house and he wasn't supposed to be there. And she was telling him to get out of the house and he would not leave. So she left and got her own place eventually. And she talked about how they didn't have any furniture and the kids were sleeping on either on air mattresses or in sleeping bags or something like that. You know, he won't talk about any of those things. Everything is to try to make her seem like she's this terrible person that he tried his best to make it work with, and lying, saying that he was separated when Ariane got pregnant. Lies, the lies you tell. It's just nonstop with him. And somebody said in the comment section on the app, that INS commercial looked like it was filmed with a PlayStation 2 controller in somebody's basement. That made me laugh, like literally out loud, because I needed something to make me laugh as I listened to the lies that he was spewing and the hate that was bubbling over. He couldn't even say that his ex-wife was attractive and a beautiful woman or whatever. To me, explaining how he got with her, to me, just sounded like he was a predator and he found his prey. And someone commented on another video that I did, and they were talking about how he had proposed to her on their graduation day. And looking back and seeing that now, I really believe that, yeah, he definitely preyed on her. And he's an opportunist. Getting with her was an opportunity. He wanted to make it seem like, oh, we just had this, partnership in business. She had the builder's license. I built the homes. Why couldn't you pass the builder's license exam? That should have been one of the questions that TashaK asked him, but she didn't. And the reason why she wouldn't is because she doesn't watch the show like that. And to just sit there and listen to him talk about how he used to be a special education teacher, some would think he should have been in special education, not teaching those who were. But she asked him, what made you get into that? And he said, well, that I just kind of knew that I could immediately get an opportunity and a job in that field because there was a high demand for it and low takers. So again, an opportunist, not doing it because his heart was in it, not doing it because he saw that there really was a need that he wanted to fill. It was like, no, it was an opportunity. And whether I was good or not, because they needed people so bad, I could get a position in that field. Just weird. Just weird. But anyway, I really did not see any revelations of anything that would cause me to think differently about him at all or about Melody. I don't care what anyone says, because there are some people that were saying, well, he has receipts. Did you look at the proof? He has documentation. Child, please. Anyone who has sense can read through those text messages. Anyone that has sense about themselves can watch the videos and see that he was provoking her. He was trying to set her up and put her in a light to make it look like she's just this bat-wielding lunatic who's out here trying to take him out, knock his block off, burn down the house, all this other stuff. No. Anyone that has seen Waiting to Exhale, which most of us have, we all know the scene with Bernadine. Have most people done it? No. But have a lot of people thought about it? Absolutely. I don't believe in any way, shape, or form that Melody was about to light a match But I do believe that she was trying to show him that he did wrong and she meant business. Where is my money? That he was supposed to not touch. And so it's just crazy. I didn't expect any revelations in this video and in this video interview. And I don't even believe that he believes that he's going to sway the minds of anyone that already was team Melody. And they're going to say, oh, you know what? I need to look at that differently. No, not at all. If anything, I just feel that he's proving that there was really no there. And if he had all of these proof and receipts of her being this abusive person, then why didn't he press charges against her? Because we know that he is the type to do it. Him saying that she's keeping him in court, he was the one that was trying to take custody of the children for a check. I don't even want to spend any more time on him, but I just wanted to share my thoughts on it. Yeah, there's nothing revelatory from this interview, as to be expected. But for those who want to be team Hotel and say that Melody wasn't perfect and she contributed to the destruction of the marriage and all of the other stuff, like I said, people are going to feel how they already felt even after watching the video. It hasn't changed anyone's mind. And for those who didn't really know about the situation or know about the details of everything, and they just like the way that he looks for whatever reason, that superficial bullcrap, then they may not side with him, but they're going to say, well, it takes two. She's not perfect. She's no angel. No one said, well, I didn't say she's perfect. I didn't say she's an angel. I know that there are some people that really go heavy and hard for her in terms of, being a fan. That's their choice. I respect her, and I honestly feel sorry for her, for them to try to say she used the show and used this breakdown of the marriage to come up off of it. She had no way of knowing that was going to be how people were going to react to her at all. So I'm just saying that he's still a liar. He's clearly really pissed off, especially at this point now that he's been arrested for his actions. And he is trying to destroy her with whatever he could try to come up with. And he didn't really go in too heavy on the guys on the show, but he did insinuate that they've been cheating too. Most of us are not surprised by that, but nobody really cares, because those ladies that are with them, they're going to stick by their men no matter what anyway. And that's fine, because none of us are here rooting for their marriages to end or to fail. But don't sit here and make Melody and even Hotel your topics of discussion all the time when you all got your own situations that are going on in your own relationships. But anyway, I digress. He's worthless. He is a liar. And he has clearly dug a deeper ditch for himself. And he's going to be lying in it soon. Mark my words. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to share my thoughts and views on it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for being here, liking, and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until the next time, I just wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.
Wonder if we maybe were mistaken. Don't wanna talk, don't wanna see, don't wanna feel it. What is left? I've been thinking about us and the things you say. How you don't feel enough to come share my bed. All I ever wanted was the truth, and I got